What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and in this video, I'd like to talk about 4 low-cap crypto gems that I think have immense potential and could make us all a lot of money. Before we get started, I want to say I don't accept payments for advertising or shilling coins, right? Any coin that I shill, any coin that I talk about because I like the charts or I like the project itself, and I think that it has the prospects to make me as an investor and you as an investor some capital. None of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but with enough of that, enough of the shenanigans, let's actually get into this video. Okay, let's talk about the projects that we're here to see. So the first one that I want to talk about is Pandu, Pandu. It's a spin-off, a meme of Pangu, right? It's just like Pudgy Penguins, but it's Pandu, built on Solana here. Very low market cap here at $10.6 million. We were at like a 26, almost a $30 million market cap not too long ago. And then, the whole market kind of corrected. If we're looking at this here, you can see that you found structural significance at all these levels, right? Closing support right here, closing low right there at that area. You found wicks at this closing high, finding support right there. Here, you're finding support directly at the same area, right at that closing high, and you're moving up. You're up about 20% today. Now, not financial advice, not a financial advisor. I'm not saying that this is the best time to buy. I am saying that I think we are going to see new all-time highs, that we are going to rally, and that if that interests you, if you buy here, we are up 20% today. Do be aware that there could be some volatility. You could see a little bit of downside. The move, just because we found our low right at the daily closing high, does not necessarily mean that this is the low. However, if we look at the charts a little bit more, you can see here that if we take a high here to a low, we went all the way up to our, is this right? The golden ratio? I want to make sure that I'm properly formatted here. Let me just see. Yes, fibs are based on log scale. For some reason, I thought this went higher, but that's okay. Went all the way up to its 1618 right there, high to low. Went up to your 1618, high to low here. Come on. High to low, come on. Right there. Also went up to your 1618. Both times went up to the golden ratio, and now you're finding support at the 886. If you've been watching this channel for at least a year, if not longer, or maybe like 6 months or longer, you're aware that anytime you go from the golden ratio to the 886, that's a powerful signal right there that typically does send us higher to the 2272 or the 2618. That's anything from 3052 to 3082. We're at 3001 right now, so there's immense potential for growth here. And again, just identifying that level there. If I delete these boxes, I delete these lines here. Let me just show you, right? If we were to draw a price from here all the way up there at a minimum, that's about a 5x. We delete this. Doesn't it look perfect? Doesn't it look, just makes sense that we're going from higher lows here, higher highs there, that might be where we go. Just because it makes sense doesn't mean that we have to go there, but that's the minimum target. And a little fun fact about the 2272, typically you don't stop right there, you do go a little bit above it. So I really do think a 5x from here is attainable, very attainable, and then let alone something at a 7x. I wouldn't be surprised if that's where it went. Somewhere between 3052 to 3082. I do think that this thing is here to stay. I think that it will continue to grow. It's only moved up 1.5% since we started talking about it, and I do think it's at a relatively low point, a good area to buy. I've had my eyes on this thing since down here, and I never really got involved with it up until recently. So, and when I say involved, I don't know anybody who's part of the project. I don't know anybody who is I'm not being paid or anything like that. Typically, whenever I make investments on meme coins or low cap coins, I don't talk about it, right? Because I don't want people to get wrecked. But this is a video on some coins that I'm pretty confident in, that I think will grow, and that's why I'm talking about them, right? So just understand that. Pandu looking good, looks like it wants to move higher. Let's move on to the next one. The next one is Moonrocks. Love me some Moonrocks, man. Moonrocks is one that I have been a part of for quite some time. I'm not a part of the project either. Again, none of this is paid advertisements or anything like that. I am in good communications with the people who are behind this project, and they are very good people. They're working tirelessly, effortlessly, or not effortlessly. They're putting tremendous effort into this project, and they've been working on it for a long time. This isn't a coin. This coin came out in May of this year. This is a project that's been in the works for multiple years, guys. Like literally, we're going on 3 years now. This is not a new project. Don't let the charts lie to you. There has been some selling off that happened here. I'm assuming that there was a lot of a lot of buying pressure up here, and we're probably getting some panic selling now. But just look at over the past week how there's just a complete lack in volume. Nobody's selling here, right? The only people who are selling here are panic selling. It doesn't take a lot of volume to move the price down, but contrary to that, it doesn't take a lot of volume to move the price up either. I think we're at a phenomenal time to buy. There were a ton of people who watch this channel regularly who at the tops here were saying, "Man, I wish I bought here," because I made a video, I want to say it was right here, talking about how this thing was about to explode, and then we literally took off right after that. We also talked about it throughout this whole time here, talked about it literally at every single low and even at the highs, saying that it's a good project to get into. It's a very low market cap coin. Being less than $1 million right now, I think, is a steal. It's an absolute snag. This thing could easily see a $100 million market cap, and I think with that you have 100x potential and beyond. Moonsters, MROX. MROX is the token. Moonsters is the project. Moonsters is an NFT project, community-driven project that's been, again, under development for over 2 years now. Let me give a brief explanation on it here. I have some notes. Moonrocks is the ticker for the symbol Moonrocks. It's an SPL 404 hybrid all-in-one crypto project on the Solana blockchain. It blends animated NFTs with token utilities, real-world assets, and multi-chain operations, positioning itself as an innovative meme NFT hybrid for collectors and traders, which is pretty cool, right? Beyond all that, some interesting things that are also to do with these NFTs is that you don't have to wait for somebody to buy your NFT in order to sell it. You can literally sell your Moonsters NFT at floor value for Moonrocks. So not most NFTs, but maybe even most NFTs, but in the early days, whenever NFTs were first around, in order to sell an NFT, in order to make profit off of that, you have to have somebody buy it from you, right? Well, this, you don't need that, right? You can just sell your Moonsters NFT at the floor price anytime you want for Moonrocks, and then cash that out for US dollars or Solanas or Ethereums or whatever it is that you might want. But again, I'm not making this video necessarily to talk about the fundamentals of all these projects, more just to talk about the potential. I think this thing has immense potential. We're literally at all-time lows. What do they say? They say buy low, sell high, right? We are certainly at a low point here. I don't know if you guys hear my daughter crying. I think she's okay, but from a low to a high, or a high to a low here, I'm not going to measure this high to low. I want to take this high to low because I think this is more significant. Whenever we do move higher, the expectation would be that we interact with this 1272 to 1618 area, and that is anything at the moment from a 21x to a 46x. It's immense potential from the current price, and that's the main reason why I wanted to talk about Moonrocks. Is I think it's at a very golden opportunity. It won't be here for long. I'm very surprised that we're even here. My daughter's still crying, so hold on, guys. I might go check on her real quick once. Okay, sorry about that. My daughter just needed some attention. That's really all it was at the end of the day. Anyways, let's see. Moonrocks. We've talked about Moonrocks. We've talked about Pandu. Let's talk now about Facey. Okay, Facey is, let's see right here. Facey. This is Aristotle, like ARAI Aristotle. Facey is the ticker, right? Aristotle Fact Checker is the project. It's an AI-powered cryptocurrency project focused on decentralized fact-checking and truth-seeking tools, built primarily on the Solana blockchain with some mentions on Base. It's also on Virtuals. It aims to enhance information reliability through blockchain integrated AI agents, NFTs, and community-driven verification. Yeah. Facey. We're talking about Facey again, not because of the fundamental values that it has, but because of the technical values that it has, right? Where we are right now is we're finding support at prior points of resistance here. Facey is a project that I've been watching for quite some time. Actually, somebody on this channel, I want to say they brought it up back here, or maybe it was back here, so we've been watching it since then, and I didn't know much about this project at all. Tim Draper is actually a investor, a financier maybe, or an investor of this project. He's the one that kind of like started it up. As far as I'm concerned, as far as I know, I'm pretty sure this is like something of his development, or his team, people that he's put in charge of this, right? He's got his hand in this. So Tim Draper, for those of you that don't know, is a very famous investor. He's a very famous entrepreneur, businessman, and crypto investor specifically. But even before crypto, he was a very successful investor and business person. Anyways, 3.4 cents right now is the price. Here we are at prior areas of resistance, finding support. This candle here, what we saw yesterday, is actually a very key reversal candle, and I think that we have found our low. I wouldn't be surprised if FACY continued to grow. Here you are at an $18.8 million market cap. A little bit higher than some of these lower cap coins that we've talked about so far, but still a very low market cap. You have a lot of potential here. 100x potential, multi-100x potential, of course, and anything less than that is also possible. You never know how high these things can go, but I would assume, just looking at this here from a high to a low, my expectation would be that we see something on the lines of a, an 11-cent price to a 16-cent price between now and maybe the coming, by the end of November, if not higher. I really wouldn't be surprised at all if FACY saw some crazy growth. We went up to 21 cents and beyond even by the end of November. Certainly by the end of the year, I would think this thing has 10x potential or more. It's got a lot of potential. It's an interesting project, that's for sure. And just most specifically, where we are here, finding support at prior resistance points, I think this is a good entry point here. So that's FACY. Let's move on and finish this up. We're going to talk about RCAT now, which is Replicats. For those of you that don't know, Replicats is also another Tim Draper venture. He's same thing as FACY. He's got like an initial investment in this thing. I think he's the one that started this up as far as financing goes. I'm not 100% sure, but I know he's got some involvement in this, or at least maybe not Tim Draper himself, but one of his organizations, de facto Tim Draper. Here we are at $0.0018 right now. And RCATS is the ticker for the symbol for Replicat1 by Virtuals, an AI-driven crypto project that develops autonomous trading agents for cryptocurrency markets. It operates as a platform for multi-chain trading automation with integrations for real-time data and blockchain analytics, right? So it's definitely it's an interesting project, right? Another one of those AI agents that copy trades, that finds successful traders, and you can then make a profit off of it if you're using this, right? Something like that, right? It's a pretty interesting prospect, and I think stuff like this is going to revolutionize the way that people trade. It really will. Copy trading has always been a thing, but whenever you have an AI agent that's actively seeking out what the hottest, the best traders are, the top traders of the week, the month, the day, whatever, and you have your parameters set the right way, I think that can really change the way that trading is done at large for the average market participant here. There's a fly that keeps flying by me, flying by my head. It likes the light or it likes my head. I don't know what it is, but if you do this enough, they go away. I should do karate, but I don't feel like doing fly karate right now. I'll do some fly karate. And see, he's gone. He's gone. Anyways, Replicats also at a very key area to buy. We talked about this one recently on a live stream while it was like in the midst of this pump. I did say, because I want to say we were at like 0014 or 0016, right around where we are now. I said I'm not buying, I'd wait for a pullback, and it did go up. While it did go up, and that was nice, it went up a fantastic amount. It did pull back a lot. I don't care if we were looking at it here, like right here at this level, and it went all the way up, and now it's back down. It's at a higher level. I feel more confident buying here than I would have in the midst of a move that was already very much started, right? But where we are here, I think we're finding support at prior areas of resistance back here, prior areas of support as well. We take a high currently, this high here, to this low, and we can see, not the fake out low, but this low, we're actually at our 382, which is a nice area to find support, especially after ripping all the way up to your 886 like this. I think this is a key area for support. If we go lower, we could come down to about 0015, 0016, somewhere in that area, so do anticipate that. But all in all, again, the reason why I'm talking about any of these projects is I just think that it's at a relatively good area to buy, and I think they have good prospects ahead of them, high prospects and growth ahead of them. If we're looking at the 3-day time frame here, you can see that there is some accumulation going on. There's some more volume coming on. We've got higher lows and higher highs as well. We had a massive sell-off overall, and I really do believe that RCAT, Replicat 1 here has immense potential. He found resistance at the golden ratio twice there to see new all-time highs. And from here, your minimum target on that new all-time high scale is a 24x. 24x, and it's got a $1 million market cap. So again, one of these low market cap projects. I think it's very important to mention, and I probably should have mentioned this in the beginning, but don't go betting the farm on any of these projects, right? If you've got 100% of your portfolios on centralized exchange coins, and this is your first time being tempted to venture out into decentralized exchange coins or wallet coins, coins that aren't on centralized exchanges, don't throw your portfolio at it. Don't throw like a large portion at it. These are low market cap coins. You can make a lot of money with them, but they could also fizzle out into nothing, and you could lose all your money too. So put money in that you're okay with losing. Treat it like sophisticated gambling, as if, oh, and I didn't realize that my camera is glitching a little bit here. Let's try to fix that. Sophisticated gambling, because there's kind of an edge. We've got technical analysis. We've got the insights to the fundamentals of the projects. You can kind of project that all of these projects are likely going to go higher, but you never know. You never know, right? I'm very confident that in all these projects, that's why I'm talking about them. That's why, I'm making this video at all. And just for anybody that wants to make some money on investments, maybe you want to get in it because you like the project and you're really behind it and you want to see it through, or maybe it's just a short-term play. You want to buy here at the relative low points and then sell once it hits new all-time highs, whatever the case may be. I just hope that everybody makes the right decisions for themselves. None of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. And again, don't go betting the farm on these projects, but there's nothing wrong with dipping your toes. Anyways, take care. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.